The deadly gun battle between police and a narco militia over a drug cartel suspect wanted here in the U.S. The battle in Mexico over an attempt to arrest the son of the notorious drug lord El Chapo, turning the streets into a war zone.
She's young, she's beautiful, and she's deadly. Meet Adriana Meza Torres, the rumored wife of Ovidio Guzmán, who has ascended to prominence as the ruthless new queen of the feared Sinaloa Cartel. But who is this woman who has taken center stage in one of the world's most known Mexican drug gangs? Who are her family, and why is Adriana considered to be narco royalty? Now married to the famed El Chapo Guzmán's son, what difficulties does she currently confront in the perilous world of drug trafficking? Stay tuned until the very end to discover the secrets behind Adriana's remarkable climb to power, her past, her plans, and the connection she formed to cement her position. Today's bite-sized organized crime recap will keep you captivated and shed light on the sinister underside of the Sinaloa Cartel's operations. The Sinaloa Cartel has faced various difficulties and upheavals over the past few years, but recent attacks have proven to be too much for the cartel, leading to the elimination of key figures in its hierarchy, including the renowned El Chapo, his wife Emma Coronel, and his violent son Ovidio Guzmán. Among the few surviving figures, Adriana Meza Torres, Ovidio's wife, has emerged as the Sinaloa Cartel's rumored new queen, ready to take the cartel into a new era. Adriana was born into a life of riches and power. She is considered narco royalty, her father being Raul Meza Ontiveros, aka ELM6, who was the former right-hand man of Ishmael El Mayo and a high-ranking leader in the Sinaloa Cartel. Her mother, Ida Elizabeth Torres, was the sister of two Sinaloa sicarios, Javier Torres Felix, or ELJT, and Manuel Torres Felix, ELM1. Right from her early years, Adriana witnessed the perils of the growing up in a family involved in organized crime, with many of her relatives meeting tragic ends, be it violence, imprisonment, or murder. Despite the dangers and uncertainties of her family's illegal affiliations, Adriana Meza Torres opted to marry Ovidio Guzmán Lopez, the son of El Chapo Guzmán, tying her fate to one of the world's most powerful and deadly criminal figures. Their secret marriage sparked the attention of law authorities, however, and Adriana found herself under investigation by the Financial Intelligence Section. Ovidio's first detention and subsequent release during the events of 2019 led Mexican authorities to take action against Adriana by blocking some of her bank accounts. Her legal team adamantly argued that there wasn't any conclusive proof linking her to Los Chapitos. She made the unfounded allegation that she worked in agriculture in an effort to have her accounts unfrozen. Adriana's participation in agriculture sparked skepticism because it appeared unlikely that she could support her luxurious lifestyle through this respectable but not nearly as lucrative business as the one her family was involved in. The Financial Intelligence Section deduced that she was financing the illegal activities of the Los Chapitos, El Chapo's offspring, by acting as a lender for them. Adriana, however, sought protection under the Recurso de Amparo, which temporarily stopped the probe into her financial affairs after the investigations resulted in a legal dispute. Major figures like Emma Coronel and Los Chapitos were significantly impacted by the demise of El Chapo, which had a big impact on the Sinaloa Cartel. Due to her involvement in drug trafficking and support of El Chapo's prison break, Emma Coronel was arrested. The United States Department of Justice also started extradition procedures against El Chapo's sons, collectively known as Los Chapitos. Rival groups and law enforcement organizations keen to exploit the cartel's precarious position were drawn to the chaos and power vacuums within the cartel. After Ovidio Guzmán Lopez was apprehended, the situation erupted into a violent conflict that included shootings, burning cars, and drug blockades in Culiacan. Following these incidents, Adriana Meza Torres continued to be the subject of interest as a fascinating woman whose life is intrinsically linked to the risky world of organized crime. Despite the risks she faces, however, along with the tragic past of her family, Adriana is still a formidable force in the criminal underground. Only time will tell what the future holds for the new queen of the Sinaloa Cartel when the dust settles and the chessboard changes. El Mayo is a well-known name in the drug trade that has had a big impact on the Sinaloa Cartel since the 90s. He's said to have served as the Zambara Garcia faction's logistics coordinator before seizing control of the entire cartel, which was in charge of smuggling cocaine and heroin into several U.S. cities, including Chicago. El Mayo's fame peaked when he appeared on America's Most Wanted, which prompted the FBI and DEA to provide significant rewards for his capture. El Mayo continues to be one of Mexico's 37 most wanted drug lords, despite several attempts to capture him. Some people have even claimed that he's had plastic surgery to change his appearance so he can travel around Mexico. However, time may be running out for him, being roughly 74 years old and a supposed diabetic. When Adriana Meza Torres, the daughter of El Mayo's former right-hand man, wed Ovidio Guzmán, a leader of Los Chapitos, it raised suspicions about her allegiances and further complicated the drug world. The Battle of Culiacán, often known as Black Thursday, revealed long-standing conflict inside the Sinaloa Cartel. The cartel reacted violently to the Mexican National Guard's pursuit of Oviedo, sparking a brutal standoff that led to the loss of many innocent lives. Adriana's accounts were frozen in the midst of the commotion over suspicions that she was connected to the Los Chapitos group. Earlier this year, Ovidio Guzmán Lopez was riding in an armored truck when the Mexican National Guard carried out a well-coordinated operation and successfully captured him. On January 5, 2023, an arrest resulted in a battle, but the officers used self-defense and were able to capture Oviedo with little loss of life. Violence and upheaval are becoming widespread in the narco world. The continued efforts to dismantle drug cartels and bring their leaders to jail are supported by the U.S. State Department's huge bounty on Los Chapitos and the relentless pursuit of El Mayo. However, the complex relationships and shifting allegiances within the drug trade keep things unpredictable and hazardous for both law enforcement and the general public. The power dynamics inside the cartel landscape have changed as a result of the arrest and imprisonment of El Chapo, his wife Emma Coronel, and now his son Oviedo, sparking power battles and shifting allegiances inside the Sinaloa Cartel. This leadership vacuum has contributed to the rise of Adriana Meza Torres, the wife of Los Chapitos commander Ovidio Guzmán and the daughter of El Mayo Zambada's former right-hand man. Adriana Meza Torres has informally assumed the role of the new Sinaloa Cartel queen following the arrest of Oviedo. Due to her position, she is heavily investigated by both the police and adversarial organizations. How she will cross this dangerous terrain is now the question for supporters and opponents alike. Adriana is obligated to carry out her responsibilities as a narco wife, which include being steadfastly faithful to her husband throughout his trial and announcing his innocence in front of the public, despite any atrocity she is aware of that he might have perpetrated. She may also decide that organizing Oviedo's escape from Altiplano's maximum security facility is an important task to work toward. Cooperation with law enforcement is strongly discouraged in the criminal underground, so Adriana's priority will be to keep all of Oviedo's personal information and connections safe. Given that she's thought to know crucial details regarding his drug activities, finances, and hiding places, her own safety will need to be a constant priority. Adriana prefers to maintain a modest profile as opposed to her predecessor Emma Coronel, who benefited from media attention, giving her celebrity status as a narco wife. Even though there are a few recordings of Adriana dining at luxury restaurants and attending concerts with her husband, she shies away from the spotlight and rarely makes an appearance in the media. Only time will tell how Adriana Meza Torres will use her newfound authority. and the narco world is waiting and watching as her choices could influence how the Sinaloa Cartel develops in the future. By disclosing critical information regarding drug supply lines, routes, dishonest government personnel, and other issues, she has the potential to cause significant harm to the Sinaloa Cartel. It's a dangerous weight to bear, and one slip-up may have serious implications. The complex apparatus that oversees the drug trade is constantly changing in terms of who has the power. Adriana Meza Torres faces great pressure and danger as the next queen of Sinaloa. And while there are many things outside of her control, her own decisions and deeds may well be the key to how long she survives in this perilous game. Given the ongoing power battles inside the cartel Sinaloa, do you think Adriana Meza Torres will be able to keep her position as the cartel's rumored new queen? Leave a comment below about your thoughts on the Sinaloa Cartel's ruthless new queen, Adriana Meza.